contest is scheduled for one fall.
I am the incredible man. I only do things incredible can. Cause I am the seed of a chosen breed. You don't see too many like me. Cause I am one of the reasons you do what you do when you wanna be me instead of you. Cause I am still on beat, showing love to the streets. Come on, you know me, cause that's who I am.
You hear them pads going click, 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 click. You hear them clicks going tap, 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 tap.
704 beats by Alex J.
Yeah. First and 10. We in the trenches. You like the water cooler. You be on the benches. Think your team better, but they lack skill. First snap, I leave your backs in the backfield. Your quarterback scared, I see it in his eyes. Sent the receiver in motion, that's just a disguise. My linebackers, they stepping up. Clog a hole, no letting up. Taking on no big blocks. On fourth down, we get big stops. My secondary is balling out. Your offense keeps stalling out. How many yards? Like none at all. Call the special teams, come punt the ball and it's gone. And you never see me fair catch. I get a block and then I'm gone like a Lear jet. My helmet on, pass strap tight. My jersey shining in them Friday night lights. Win, we just came to win. Win, we just came to win. Friday night lights. Friday night lights. Win. We just came to win. Win. We must protect this house. I'm in a huddle talking to the Hawks. We gonna run it down their throat soon as we get the ball. Come out and fire off the ball. We going on one. My skill position so proficient, break for long runs. Come out running that option. That mean I got the option to keep that or pitch that. Defense, they gotta fix that. Four receivers, we spread them out in the shotgun. Hot reads, I got some. My tight end, so awesome. Touchdowns, I toss some. We score six scoreboard, that score six. Respect the ball, we protect the ball. We don't fumble, no throw picks. I feed my linemen pancakes, so all they blocks are pancakes. Push you around like all night. End of the game, get your handshakes, huh? My helmet on, pass strap tight. My jersey shining in them Friday night lights. Win. We just came to win. Win. We just came to win. Friday night lights. Friday night lights. Win. We just came to win. Win. We must protect this house.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Full Throttle Powersports of Lowell post-game show here. Will Boykins, Dennis Davis, Chip Carter in the house, along with Kevin Hastings right now, making sure all the buttons are pressed properly and that we're going. We've got mostly final scores, still waiting for a few finals for a few more. All right, and we're getting things started quickly here. We've got Jeff Jones on the line. After witnessing a victorious 41-21 victory of the Shelby Golden Lions over Mount Airy. Jeff, do we have you? Timeout. Hold on, Jeff. We can hear you in the. Oh, we got. All right, try that again, Jeff. Yeah. There we go. Yes, sir. We got you. Thank you, sir. So, tell us a little bit about the game.
Going to play at Campbell because he's a really good running back. But Shelby just had a great game plan, and made them really one-dimensional. And once Shelby got up in the fourth quarter and made them try to throw the ball, Shelby got a big interception at the end of the second quarter that really turned the game. And it was just a great game for Shelby.
Well, what took you so long to score, Jeff? That first touchdown, it must have took, 9 seconds?
No, the first touchdown it wasn't a long drive. It was like 3 minutes and 15 seconds.
Oh.
They drove down and scored. The turning point of the game, though, Dennis, is so they scored to make it 14-7, and there's 2 minutes and 39 seconds left. And they're getting it, and they're going to get the second half kickoff. And so Shelby took the kickoff, drove it down, and scored with 50 seconds left in the first half. And I got to be honest, I said, man, I wish we'd taken a little bit more time because, that running back's got big play capabilities. But we scored and kicked the extra point, went up 21-7 with 50 seconds left. And then we picked one off and ran it back to their 38-yard line. And there's 9 seconds left in the half, but we had our timeouts. And so we threw a quick pass and got all the way down to the 10-yard line. And so there's 2 seconds left, and we're thinking we're going to trot the field goal team in and try to go up by 3 scores. Nah, we just went ahead and threw a jump ball in the back corner of the end zone. Lorenzo Roseboro went up and made the catch. And
I heard that.
Kicked the extra point, and that was 35-14. I mean, that was huge.
Yeah, he made a great catch, according to the announcer.
The best reaction, Jeff. The best reaction, Jeff, was the coach's staff.
it was a great catch. But the one that I really went crazy on was the fourth down catch when it was 28-14, and they threw it back into the back of the end zone, and he got his hand on it, and then they batted it away. And so I'm like, well, crap, we're still only up by 2 scores. And he reached out and grabbed it, and that was when I screamed that he caught it. But Lorenzo Roseboro, when you get it anywhere around him right now, he's getting his hands on it. And so that's back-to-back games. He took one away from the East Rutherford guy on a fourth down in the game last week. So, but and our player of the game was Land Farmer, and Land was 18 of 19.
That's pretty good.
257 yards, 4 touchdown passes, and 2 touchdowns running. So he accounted for 6 touchdowns, and his one incomplete pass was a screen pass that was almost caught. So just about perfect.
He almost went 20 for 20.
Yeah, that's
That's
great.
Roseboro has evidently come on big for you guys the last half of the year here and doing that. Now, what class is he in? Is he a senior, junior, what, Jeff?
Where is Roseboro? Is he a senior? He's a junior.
Junior, well, you get him back.
Man Collins had over 100 yards receiving.
That's great.
And he's another
tough.
junior.
That's tough.
And
Will was talking about him.
Junior, and he had
Will,
a couple of catches. So
Will was talking about him and just having him he struggled with some injuries during the regular season, but just not rushing himself back, getting back healthy, and coming back. And he's just another weapon to add to that offense. He's and y'all talked about it obviously with the East Rutherford game last week, how sharp they looked and just a fairly clean game and I remember last week y'all saying it was the best game they'd played, and it sounds like they just won up to that tonight. They've really hit their stride.
They have hit their stride, and it's a good thing because they're going to continue on. I think I heard that Eastern Randolph won, so we're going to head to Ramseur, North Carolina, and play Eastern Randolph.
Yep, where that's at.
Friday after Thanksgiving.
Well,
that's another team that, the best I know, we've never played them before.
Well, y'all went.
We were in a position to play them 3 or 4 times, but I think they lost right before they made it to us. But it's going to be exciting, and I see Lincoln pulled out another 1-point win. So who knows? Yeah. Shelby wins this Friday. Lincoln wins this Friday. We get to go back to Lincoln again, where they beat us by 1 point. So,
y'all went to
what a season.
Y'all went to Mayberry today. Y'all can go to the zoo before you go to the game next Friday.
Listen, Jeff not only went to Mayberry, he got locked up in Otis's cell down there.
Actually, I was not in Otis's cell, but I was afraid Otis might get mad. But I've seen how Otis reached over there in the middle and grabbed the key, so I was able to do that. And actually, I posted it today, but Brent and I actually went up here on Tuesday because their press box is too small. And they told us that, and they were very nice about it. They just said, we're sorry, there's no room for you in the press box. And so Brent and I drove up to Mount Airy to check out and see what our options were. And I'm glad we did, because we ended up putting ourselves up in the corner of the visiting stands. And you have to check my Facebook post. We built our own press box, and
Yep.
We got it up right now.
Yeah,
between Brent's NC State education for the engineering, and I was an Eagle Scout and Boy Scout with the bungee cords and the knots. I mean, we built ourselves a pretty serviceable press box, and so. Thank goodness we were able to do that. But that's when I went and got arrested and called Sarah and all that kind of stuff. And but I waited till Friday to post it because I didn't want everybody saying, "What are y'all doing in Mount Airy?" So,
well, Jeff, I wouldn't brag about those abilities too much. The folks at Shelby High see y'all doing that. Y'all might not be able to get back in their press box starting next year either.
I tell you what, that press box is big. That's a big press box. I had no trouble getting in that press box.
Good deal.
Oh, wait a minute. Kings Mountain's going to bulldoze theirs and build a new one. Maybe they'll put you a little pad up there, Jeff.
You know, well, no comment. No comment. No comment.
Well, good.
I appreciate that, Jeff.
Very diplomatic, Jeff.
All right, Jeff. Any other news and notes you guys got on us on the Shelby Goes Lines?
Well,
sorry about you having to make your own press box.
I can tell you it was fine. It was fine. Like I say, the biggest thing we were worried about is they were calling for a chance of pretty hard rain at about 8 o'clock, and so that's why we decided to go with the tent and then build that thing up. But I was really proud of it. I got a couple of pictures, and I posted it on Facebook because I was pretty proud.
I'm
that
curious.
we were able to do that, and actually stayed. Somebody said, "I hope the wind doesn't blow."
Right.
And I said, "Hey, we got bungee cords. What the heck?"
I'm curious.
It was a really hard hitting ball game. Back to the ball game. I mean, no one wants to hear about my knot tying ability, but the ball game was really hard hitting. There was a lot of really violent collisions, and their defensive ends had between them 35 sacks or something like that, and we gave up 1 sack.
Oh, that's good.
And the offensive line did a great job. Land made some nice little moves. I mean, he had 2 times that their best sack man had just a free shot on him, and one he got rid of it for about a 30-yard gain, and we got 15 yards for a late hit. And the other, he just stepped forward and then stepped back, and he ran past him and he rolled out, and that was another big play that he threw to Roseboro to go from I think it was about 3rd and 8, and picked up a first down. So great game, just great game. The Golden Lions, offense, defense, special teams, it was a really, really good game. So they're peaking at the right time.
Definitely, I would say that. And Land's just playing such good mature ball, and he's just having such an impact all around on both on the ground and in the air. He's just, I mean, he's having quite a bit of a finale for his illustrious career.
Yeah, he's making great decisions, and finding the open man and making the pass, and the receivers are catching it, and so he's having a great playoff run, and hopefully we can about 3 more weeks of it. So
we talked with Steve DeGree about this, and that, obviously the Kings Mountain game, that seems like a long time ago, but that first week, and obviously it was a surprise to folks that didn't, regardless of who you thought was going to win the game, thought it would be a closer final score. And Land in that game seemed to, from what it sounded like, I think he might have had like 3 interceptions or something. Seemed like he was kind of forcing the issue. That game for him for the rest of the season might have been the best thing to ever happen to him, because it was a good reminder for him let the game come to you. Don't feel like you have to force anything. Don't feel like because you're the senior quarterback, you've got to make everything happen. And he's just, in his decision making, like you said, Jeff, has just been exponentially better every game. It just seems, it almost seems like it's, and tonight's a perfect example. It seems like it's getting better every game.
He is, and like I said, it's a good thing because every week gets a little bit tougher. And but yeah, he's doing a great job. The offensive line has come a long way. The defense, the defense seemed to be a little bit. They gave up a lot of rushing yards, earlier in the year. Stuart Kramer, had a lot of rushing yards and things like that. But the defense has really, again, they gave him 150 yards, but this guy averaged almost 200 yards, and he took 26 carries to do it. I mean, he was averaging 11.5 yards per carry, and they held him to 5.5 yards per carry. And again, that doesn't sound all that good, but I'm going to tell you, he's the best running back that I've seen this year in high school football. So it was a great job by the defense.
Hey, 5 yards per carry is good when you're cutting his total in half compared to the rest of the year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and they, like I say, it was a great game, and the fact that they gave up long touchdown drives. I mean, like I say, it's 35-14. Brent and I are talking going in the second half. This is a big drive, and they drove down and they scored, but they took 7 minutes and 2 seconds to do it. So Shelby gets it back with less than 5 minutes left in the third quarter, and it's like, okay, so they gave up a touchdown, but if it's going to take them 8 minutes to score touchdowns, Shelby can't lose. And then once Shelby went down, scored to go up 41-14, it was effectively over at that point.
Tick tock. Some of these teams, Jeff, they get behind like that, even if their offense is working, and they take these long, drawn-out drives, they can't win because the clock's against them.
Yeah.
I think that's what they could do. That's the thing, and I guess the thing that I might have been most impressed about is all the film that I saw. The guy would have a 60-yard run, or he had a 70-yard run, and he had a couple of 15-yard runs, and that's just a lot. He didn't take it 60. If he takes it 60, it's not an 8-yard. It's not an 8-minute drive. It's a 3-minute drive, and they're right back in the ball game. So good job overall, and a lot of good sportsmanship in this game. Talked to Jakari, and I said, "Was there any smack talk?" And he said, "No, there was no talking." And talking to some of their fans, they were saying, "We're excited to play Shelby. It's a great opportunity, for us to take a step forward." And Shelby felt the same way. Mount Airy, Granite Bears, Shelby Golden Lions, the most wins in North Carolina versus the third most wins in North Carolina. It was a great atmosphere.
That's encouraging to hear too, Jeff, because then we talked, I mentioned it a little bit in the pregame show. We've talked to Steve a little bit in the postgames multiple times. Seemed to be a lot, and that to me is a good sign of growth even beyond the performance on the field, because there seemed to be a lot of penalties earlier in this year after the play, and what I said in the pregame, extracurricular activities. And I told Steve, I was like, if those young men aren't careful, they're going to have one of those at the wrong time in the playoffs against the wrong opponent, and it's going to cost them a ball game. And Steve mentioned that Land actually talked to the guys last week at one point during the East Rutherford game and said, guys, keep your heads on straight. Really took a senior leadership role and said, let's not get any stupid penalties. Let's focus on the task at hand. Let's just worry about getting this win and moving on. And the fact that they played such a clean game with good sportsmanship with Mount Airy tonight, seems like they've got their heads in the right place. If they can keep doing that, this deep run's going to just going to keep going. And to me is
Shelby had.
Yeah, go ahead.
Shelby had one 15-yard penalty tonight, and that was a face mask.
Yeah.
And again, they were trying to tackle number 4, and they got their hand up in his face mask, and so that was a 15-yard penalty. But that was it. They had 2 holding penalties, and that was it. They had 60 yards in penalties, And Mount Airy had like 75 or 80 yards in penalties, so they actually won the penalty yardage too.
That's that to me is as good a sign that their head's in the right place for this playoff run as anything. And that to me, if they've got that part figured out, that makes them as the most dangerous team in that classification.
See, that was my worry with them early on in the season. They was making what I thought was uncharacteristic plays, the extra talk that normally Shelby does it on the field with their muscle, and they was doing a whole lot of talking in the beginning of the season. And you know, you expected with the county rivalry games, of course, you expected with that. Their first 2 games out of the box was county rivalry games. Yeah. So they was doing a lot of it then, but they've cleaned that up since then. They still have the little pre-snap stuff going on and the holding stuff going on.
That's not nearly as concerning to me.
That is that is not the problem. The 15-yarders that they was getting at the beginning of the season for
unsportsmanlike or anything,
all the extra stuff, they cleaned that up and they're playing pretty good ball. And Land is making a huge case for every college team to be on notice. 18 for 19 and what is 257 tonight with 3 rushing touchdowns.
Two
rushing touchdowns, 4 passing touchdowns. That's a huge statement to put everybody on notice. Land's a big guy. Yeah. He's getting to run the ball a little bit more, and he's starting to kind of remind me of Cam a little bit. He's giving me a little bit of Cam Newton feel to him because he's got the big arm because we know he can sling it. Yep. But now he's stepping out and running the ball when he have to. Yeah. And controlling the game.
Let me ask you guys a question. Yeah. But did Burns lose right at the very end? I mean, we were trying to kind of keep up with it, and it looked like it's going back and forth.
Yeah, Burns.
How did that game end?
Burns did lose. They apparently were driving late, and they had a third down pass that got dropped, or that got dropped, and then they tried to go deep on 4th down, and the pass just got overthrown. Okay. So they ended up losing by 3 to Brevard. So Brevard remains undefeated. Burns gave them a scare though. They stayed with them the whole game. Tom and Matt, as usual, did a good job. Tom great play by play.
Something happened on that last Brevard drive that we didn't get to see it when it came in. Brevard had the ball first and goal at the 5, and then they got at the 6, and they got that penalty. Yeah, and backed them up, and then Burns stopped them, and then they picked up a couple of yards. And then Burns stopped them again, and then we went somewhere, and then all of a sudden they was up on the 5 again. But it was first down, so Burns must have got a personal somewhere in there. That's the only thing that I could think they would have gave him a first down. They had to get a personal foul in there somewhere. So,
okay.
Well, thanks for the update, and we look forward to calling you again on the way back from Ramseur, North Carolina next Friday.
That's right. Y'all are going to get a tour of the state here. Y'all keep this up, so that's the hope. Just keep moving farther east. So, hey,
absolutely.
Appreciate you, Jeff. You and Brant, always. Yeah, thanks. You too. Y'all be careful heading home. You and take care of Jakari now, all right?
Okay.
All right, thanks.
Bye.
All right, that's Jeff Jones giving us the rundown. Shelby victorious over Mount Airy 41-21. They head on to the next round. They'll be heading to Eastern Randolph next Friday. Let's take a break. We're just getting things kicked off here on the Full Throttle Powersports The Lowell Postgame Show. We'll be right back. KTC Broadcasting.
The Brotherhood plays here.
Floated to the big fella, and he rocks the rim. Jumper up, bang! 3 seconds, 2, at the buzzer, Dagger!
Catch the action all season long right here on your home for Duke basketball.
On Carolina Country WCSL and the Boss WOHS.
This month's Scholar Athlete of the Month is Quinlan Avery of West Lincoln High School. The award is sponsored by McDonald's, KTC Broadcasting, and What'sUpShopper.com. Quinlan is the daughter of David and Abby Avery and is a senior at West Lincoln with a 4.5 grade point average. Quinlan plays volleyball, basketball, and softball. Her advanced courses include Spanish, biology, English, and psychology. Quinlan is a member of the Mount Vernon Baptist Church and helps with the nursery. Her community activities include working with Special Olympics, an elementary tutor, the homeless shelter, and West Lincoln Optimus Volunteer. After graduation, Quinlan plans to become a registered nurse and attend Gardner-Webb College. The McDonald's KTC Broadcasting WhatsUpShopper.com Student Athlete Award recognizes not only accomplishments in athletics, but also for overall achievement in the classroom and community. Sponsored by McDonald's, KTC Broadcasting, and WhatsUpShopper.com.
Leaf season is here. Don't wait. It's time to get leaf protection with one call to Gutter Guys. Remember, clogged gutters on your home can cause costly damage. Prevent it with a call to Gutter Guys in Kings Mountain. Remember Gutter Guys for seamless gutters, gutter cleaning, metal and shingle roofing, commercial flat roofing, and storm damage repair. Call 704-879-4384. Again, 704-879-4384. For Gutter Guys, serving the area since 2003. Online at GutterGuysConstruction.com. The Black Friday sales event is underway at Marburger Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Shelby. Unlock performance with $3,000 total cash allowance towards the purchase of select new vehicles in dealer inventory. Plus finance and get no monthly payments for 90 days on new 2026 Dodge Durango models. Unlock performance during the Black Friday sales event at Marburger Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, 1310 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby.
You work hard every day to provide for yourself and your family. Why not let someone else help out every now and then? As your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, that's why I'm here, for peace of mind, and to help you to protect what matters most to you in Cleveland County. I'm Bert Kostner. Call me at 704-482-2436 for a quick auto, home, or life insurance quote, and to learn more about how Farm Bureau Insurance can save you time and money. Be sure to ask for me, Bert Kostner, 704-482-2436.
Call Bert Kostner, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, today.
For over 35 years, Forest City Heating and Air have been keeping the folks here in Rutherford County comfortable year-round. They are a trained heating and cooling specialist, licensed, bonded, and insured, and they offer preventative maintenance programs. Call Forest City Heating and Air for ductless air conditioning and furnaces. Give them a call at 828-245-1379, 245-1379. Forest City Heating and Air, 457 South Broadway, Forest City.
Even on a cool, crisp fall evening, or even on a snow-covered winter night, there's nothing like slipping into your new hot tub from Innovative Pool Designs in Kings Mountain. And now this month, Innovative Pool Designs is having a hot tub sale. All hot tubs this month are 10% off. Come see the selection and then sit back and relax. And don't forget about your pool closings. Innovative Pool Design will be more than happy to come out and do it professionally, or you can pick up a pool closing kit. Innovative Pool Designs, 629 East King Street, Kings Mountain, 6426 Wilkinson Boulevard in Belmont. Online at ipdnc.com. Christmas is fast approaching, and Arnold's Jewelry and Gift Gallery is the place to start your holiday shopping. Their friendly staff is ready to help. Arnold's Jewelry has a huge selection of diamond jewelry, gold chains, citizen watches, pearl jewelry, and more. Stop in at Arnold's Gift Gallery for great gift items and sterling silver jewelry too. And get free gift wrapping on your purchases. Stop by Arnold's Jewelry and Gift Gallery, 228 South Washington Street, Uptown Shelby. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5:30, Saturday, 9 till 3.
Need tree service? Call on Weathers Tree and Land, serving Cleveland, Rutherford, Gaston, and Cherokee counties. Weathers Tree and Land offers tree removal, stump grinding, and pruning, and they do cleanup and emergency storm work. Just call 704-477-3213. Again, 704-477-3213 for your free estimate, and they're licensed and insured. And mention this radio ad and get 10% off your estimate. Online at weatherstreeandland.com, and like them on Facebook too.
He was just a teenager when his father died in a robbery. He laid awake one night and imagined a place where good would always defeat evil, every wrong made right. He imagined a world of truth, justice, and the American way. Through his loss, Jerry Siegel imagined a new hero. His imagination created Superman. Imagination. Pass it on. From passiton.com.
And we're back on the Full Throttle Powersports postgame show with half of the KTC Mafia. not really most of them, but we do have the collector Chip Carter, Godfather, Dennis Davis, and Will Boykins, the Hitman, JP the Fixer, and Kevin Hastings, the Boss. We're waiting for
Thank you, JP.
Fossa to enter, but he's not here yet.
We might have. You hear that? Hold on a second, JP.
Yes, a vibration of some sort.
Vibration. Is there a problem?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a hum.
We've got a little bit.
There's a hum.
I've got a little bit of feedback coming in the microphone right now, trying to figure out where that's coming from.
Oh. Well, we have Robbie Roop on the phone as well.
We got Robbie Roop on the phone.
Robbie
Yes,
Roop.
sir.
Robbie, can you hear us?
Hey guys, I can hear you. I sure can.
Oh man, great to hear your voice, my friend. How you doing? How you feeling?
I'm doing good. I just want to say before we talk any football, just a big thank you to all the prayers and well wishes from friends and family and everybody involved. Everybody over at Shelby Hospital. I was in ICU over there for 23 days, and without those prayers, man, I'm not sure I'd still be here. So I just appreciate everybody. Big thank you to Crest High School tonight. Let us come in, got to park on the track, and watch a little football. And it was good to get back into a little bit of normal.
That's right.
And everything. So it's good to see the Chargers get a victory tonight.
Well, Robbie, it's great to hear you. I know that you had a rough ride there in the hospital, and we're just so grateful that our prayers have been answered for you, and we just can't wait to get you back on the microphone for these final Crest games as they march towards another state championship.
Yeah, I tell you what, I that is something I have definitely missed, being up there getting to call the games and with Paul and Tim. JB's done a good job stepping in and helping those guys out and everything. But, hey, man, a great victory tonight for the Chargers, at 31-14 over that East Lincoln team. And we've talked about this offense. Everybody knows about this Crest offense, but defensively, I think now they've put everybody on notice. East Lincoln came in averaging 48 a game, and for Crest to hold a very high-powered offense to 14 points says a lot about what Coach Frank Toms and his defensive staff and those defensive players are doing.
Whatever you just did, took it out.
Hey, Robbie, we were correcting a little technical difficulty here. But anyway, glad that you could be there tonight and see that, and we'd love to hear you talk about it a little bit from what you saw tonight. What impressed you the most about Crest tonight in this victory over a very strong East Lincoln team tonight?
Yeah, I think, again, just the defensive effort and the way they played. And I tell you another thing that was big for Crest tonight, getting Jason Black back from injury tonight. He had 2 touchdowns for the Chargers, and having his speed back there, he can play wide receiver, he can play running back, wherever they need him to go. It's good to have him back out there. And I thought the offensive line for Crest tonight played extremely well as well. They're getting better as the year goes along. All those guys are underclassmen. Eli Hammer had another good night. Did have a couple interceptions on some long balls, but right there in the fourth quarter when they needed to steal the game away, they kept the ball in his hands, and he is able to run with football, big 6'5" frame, and is able to take the Chargers on to the next round.
Well, Robbie, you know what's going to come up next week. We got to go back to South Point. And as of right now, we're already behind 14 points.
Yeah,
I promise you they done wet that field up there. They are starting to wet that field right now to try to show the Chargers down.
Wet it, they're going to haul in one of them artificial snowmakers.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they'll do. They're going to do whatever they can to get their advantage.
Septic tank overflow.
I will say, guys, the Chargers remember going last time and getting beat last time they played there. Tavion Winston talked about that in his post-game interview. I think the Chargers maybe felt a little disrespected. South Point getting the number 1 seed after you beat them in the regular season.
That's right.
Crest has only won, I believe, one time in the last decade in Belmont. So, you got to go in ready to play. But I think the Chargers are going to be extra focused for that game. We know South Point's going to play better than they did at Crest because they put the ball on the ground several times in that game. That's not going to happen Friday night. But like Coach Lloyd talked about, anytime you get to practice on Thanksgiving, you're having a special season.
Right.
Yep.
And that's where the Chargers are now.
Well, that's the standard we've always had, Robbie. And fortunately, this year we're going to achieve it again. Even though the playoffs are coming a little bit earlier, Crest has responded well. That loss to Weddington and that loss to Ashbrook, I think, just solidified the boys to get behind and do what they needed to do. And I think South Point's in for a real ball game next week, even though they're playing at their stadium under their rules, unless they bought the officiating crew. We're going to give them a heck of a game.
And Dennis, that to me, that may have been the difference tonight. You talked about who Crest has played. Not to take anything away from East Lincoln. I know they had that great game with Hickory, but you look from top to bottom, game one to game whatever. When you start playing the likes of Weddington and Asheville and Shelby Burns, and then you get in the conference and you're playing the Ashbrooks and the South Points and the Kings Mountains. I just think you're more battle tested. You've seen more things throughout the year. What East Lincoln could do on offense, Crest was not surprised they played that Shelby offense. Shelby can spread you out and throw it all over the field. And I think have across the board better receivers than what East Lincoln had. Jackson Dollar's a great player. I mean, he caught one in the end zone.
Absolutely.
That was beautiful. But Crest did a great job of really taking him out of the game. But it's going to be a monster game without a doubt next Friday night going into Belmont to take on the Red Raiders and looking forward to it. Should be a lot of fun and hopefully we can keep Cleveland County going a little bit longer and everything. What was the final in that Ashbrook Dudley game? Did you have a final out of that one?
Ashbrook and Dudley, yeah, hold on.
15-7. Ashbrook.
Wow.
15-7. Yeah.
Hold Dudley to 7 points. That's impressive for that Green Wave defense.
Robbie, you've already sort of hit upon what I was going to next. I'd like to give East Lincoln credit for a very good year. And two players in particular, Lawless, who's going to Wake Forest, and Dollar, who's just a junior and will be coming back. What was your impression of those two players from East Lincoln tonight?
Yeah, both very talented. I mean, they're very deserving of the accolades they're getting. And I thought it was interesting watching these two quarterbacks take on it. Lawless, of course, going to Wake Forest, and Hammer going to Virginia. Watching two future ACC quarterbacks go at it on a Friday night was pretty entertaining as well. So, both very deserving of the recognition they're getting. And one more thing on East Lincoln, and to give their team credit. At one point, Mike Edwards went down hurt for Crest, maybe dealing with some cramps or something. But two of the East Lincoln defenders went over and picked Mike up and helped carry him over to the Crest sidelines, walked to the Crest sidelines.
You like to see that level of sportsmanship.
That was about as a class act as I've seen at a high school football game.
Well, Robbie, speaking of class acts, there's a little game tomorrow between the Duke Blue Devils and the Carolina Tar Heels. I want to get your take on that one.
Well, Dennis, let's be honest. There is one true college football team in the state of North Carolina.
Oh, my Lord Jesus.
The dark blue, and they're coached by Manny Diaz. So I think I like them in that game tomorrow. Again, the true college football school in the state of North Carolina lies in Durham, and this is Blue Devils.
Robbie, I'm really glad that you're doing better, man, but does Duke still have a football program?
Hey, look, when you talk about one of the top athletic programs top to bottom, man, it's all about them Blue Devils. They take care of business, and Coach Diaz getting it done, and they're going to be all right tomorrow against them Tar Heels. I tell you that. Let old Bill and his baby girl come on.
Oh my Lord! Here we go.
And let's see what happens.
I knew I'd get you cranked up, Robbie, and you and the Foster boys and all the. Excuse me.
You got him choked up, Robbie. Look at this, come on,
Robbie, and Gerald Weathers and all that crowd. But best of luck tomorrow, Robbie. I don't wish you ill, but I'll pull for the light blue team tomorrow. But hey, we're a basketball school. Don't ever forget that.
Dennis, if that's what you want to call it, I mean that's all right too. I mean, you know, you can claim to be a
check the
basketball
national
school, too.
championships
We'll
before you
keep
start
that
talking
side
all that,
covered as
Robbie.
well.
Check the national championships before you start not
This is
talking
what
about
makes
them being
it
a
fun,
basketball
Will.
school.
We've got a rivalry here. It's like Shelby and Crest.
I mean, we just know that the absolute GOAT of basketball played at Carolina. There's no doubt about that.
Here's the weekend I get to look forward to, guys. Just sat there watching the Chargers beat East Lincoln. I'm going to watch Duke beat Carolina tomorrow.
Oh, my goodness.
And then Sunday, I get to watch the Eagles wear out the Cowboys.
Oh.
What a beautiful, beautiful football weekend that is.
Listen, congratulations to your Eagles with your little win over Green Bay, with your little win. I'll take the 3-point L on that one. You with your little win. Y'all did okay. You did fine, sir.
Guys, just let me I wanted to let everybody know and get out here and tell everybody thank you for all they've done, and it's been a pretty busy day this evening, or been a busy evening, so I'm gonna get off of here and
yes, sir.
Get
you
ready
some
to hang
rest
out for the night, but. Guys, hopefully we can talk to you next week and hopefully bring home another Charger victory.
Absolutely.
We're just glad to hear from you, Robbie.
Thanks, Robbie.
Great to hear from you,
brother. Guys.
All right.
Bye-bye.
And that was Robbie Roop, and we appreciate him. Great to hear his voice. Great to get his take on the Crest game. Let's run down. We haven't even run down the scores yet.
Let me go first. I've been going first all the time. Let me go first.
All right.
I'm focused. I'm ready to go. Can I go?
Yeah.
I just got one thing I want to say before we do the scores.
What you got, Dennis?
One of the phase of the football Friday night that we overlook sometimes is the officials. I made a little crack about South Point, the officials, if they're going to buy those. But I want to give a shout out to the guys that have worked all year to get to this level. And one in particular, I've got a friend, Alan Gold, who refereed football for 33 years in these areas. Some of you know him. He's done a great job over the years. He's not officiating anymore. And I promised Alan I would give him a shout out tonight. He's still interested in the football and all the teams. And some of you may not know it, but Wayne Witherspoon used to do a lot of officiating back in the days when I was starting out. And some of us get older and we don't run as well as we used to. And so to Alan Gold, Wayne Witherspoon, and all the officials who've gotten this far in the season.
I am one of those.
We'll give you a shout out and say thank you for all your efforts in contributing to football, just like Robbie Roop and the broadcasters and all the other folks that are involved in high school football in this area. It made it so great that we could have a game like this East Lincoln Crest game tonight.
Speak for yourself, Dennis. I run just fine. I run to the restroom and I run to the fridge anytime I need to, all right?
So, and your nose is running, too.
And my nose runs occasionally, too. All right, Will, I'm going to let you lead things off. You take the left
here
side.
Here we go with the 8-8 is Huff over West Forsyth, 28.
You're going to start. Okay, you're going to stick to the same side. You just want to go first. Okay, I got you. Yeah.
Why would I do anything?
I thought you wanted the Crest side. I thought you wanted the left side.
Shut up, Chip.
There we go. We got that
there
in.
You go, Will.
Got it in. Cued it in. All right, continue.
All right. It was Huff over West Forsyth, 28-10. It was West Charlotte over Myers Park, 34-21. It was Brevard over the Burns Bulldogs, 30-27. Great season. The Burns did an awesome job up there. Just came up a little bit short tonight. It was Pisgah over Mount Pleasant, 22-15. Mayton over Newton Conover, 29-6. It was High Brighton over Cramerton, 14-9. Good job at Cramerton. It's basketball season. Shake it off, boys. That's the 4A. Here's the 7A. It was Grimsley over Jack Britt. That is so hard to say.
Be careful. You get yourself in trouble with that name.
I had to pause in there.
Yeah.
It was Grimsley over Jack Britt, 55-12. It was Reagan squeaking by Mooresville, 32-31. Independence finding their way home, 52-18 over Richmond, and it was Weddington being Weddington, doing Weddington things, and this one was over early. Weddington winning over Lake Norman, 42-7.
May I go second, Will?
Absolutely, sir.
Thank you. In the 3A tonight, we had the Lincolnton Wolves. You're talking about close, Will. Lincolnton 37, Mountain Heritage 36. Go Wolves. We might could see another Shelby Lincoln game. All right. North Davidson Dragons 28 and the North Stanley Comets 21 tonight. It was Eastern Randolph Wildcats 30 and the Walkertown Wolfpack 14. And since Steve DeGree's not here, I'll take the honors on this one. It was Shelby 41, Mount Airy Granite Bears 21 tonight. Go Lions. You heard it.
Remember.
Dennis, it's funny you should say about Steve DeGree.
Oh, boy.
Oh, is he calling in?
He's on the phone.
Oh,
Mufasa.
bring him on.
Mufasa. Coach Degree.
What's going on, fellas?
How are you saying?
If you don't show up, we'll talk about you, Steve.
Hey, if you can't get here on time, just get here when you can.
All right, fellas. Thank you, Dennis, for that good shout out for the Golden Lions. I tell you, fellas, we played one heck of a football team tonight. My area, we never played them before. They had a great running back, that Martin kid, number 4. Man, he was really, really tough. But our defense played lights out again and stopped them. And on offense, of course, we scored every time we had the ball for the last time. Ran, all the guys done a great job. And I don't know if Kahari got those highlights, but man, they catch that should be on ESPN. and right, they scored right there in the second quarter, fellas, to make it 21-7, and we got an interception. And on the last play of the quarter, they threw a fade in the end zone.
Yes, sir.
And Roseboro used his basketball skills and water the guy off and caught the ball as time ran out. So that put us up 28-7 halftime.
Beautiful catch too, Steve. Beautiful
catch.
Beautiful. And then then they came back and they took the whole over half of the third quarter to score when they got their 14. then we got an interception and Tahari Curry intercepted one, and we went back down and land. We ran the Wildcat, put him back there and let him run power football, and offensive line did a great job. So we got the touchdown right back. And I tell you, just a great game by all those kids. But my hat goes off to the Shelby High School coaching staff. Guys, you just have to be around these men every day to see what they really put into coaching our guys in the black and gold. They always have a great game plan, and they preach during the week how to execute our game plan. And this week we had a great week of practice, and our guys bought into what we're doing. And I'm like Robert Root. Anytime you get to play on Thanksgiving,
yes,
you know you had a great season. And that was our goal to practice on Thanksgiving. Because there's not like practicing on Thanksgiving, guys. And I just think our guys did a great job tonight of defense. Played lights out. Landon Hollifield had a great game. Noah had his usual game. And Tyson Williams, number 24, had a couple great quarterback sacks. It was just an overall great game. Offensive line dominated. Last week I put all the offensive line guys' name on the radio, and they really appreciate it. So this week they even made me look better, and they really did a great job.
Awesome. Well, glad to hear that, Stephen. Yeah, it's as we said, Jeff Jones. He just kind of reiterate what points he made last week after East Rutherford. He said that was the best game that he had watched Shelby play all year was last week. Well, he said the same thing tonight. It just seems like Shelby's just hitting their stride, playing good, clean ball. The biggest sign that I was encouraged about, he said, and we talked about this I don't know if you heard earlier, but I think they had one 15-yard penalty for a face mask. Nothing after the play was dead. No unsportsmanlike. They really seem to have gotten their heads screwed on straight discipline-wise. They're not trying to make any or they're not having anything, not getting that chirping or the jawing back and forth or letting that get to them and letting that have any impact on the game. I know you and we've all talked about that. during the regular season, but they seem to really be they're putting their focus where it needs to be, and that's on the gameplay and putting points on the board. So that if they can keep that going, the way Land's playing, obviously the way the whole offense is humming, the defense seems to be playing sound, holding the young running back from Mount Airy he had to get a lot of carries to get over 100 yards tonight is what Jeff told us. All these things, it really seems like Shelby's hitting their high gear, and they're doing it at the right time of year.
And I tell you what, that young man probably ain't been hit like we hit him. I'm just being real. He got cramps. He's laying out on the field. I don't think he ever been hit like we was hitting him because they was putting the wood to him. I'm telling you guys, and it was taking them too long to score.
Yeah.
But I was really impressed, guys, when we took the ball 97 yards to score. Drove the length of the field and scored. That was very, very impressive with our offensive line, and they were bigger than we were on defense. But sometimes it's not the size of the dog; it's the size of the fight that's in the dog.
That's right. Yep.
And so that's what our offensive lineman did. So I'm so proud of them. And next week we got to go back toward Greensboro, and we got to play Eastern Randolph.
You go into Ramseur.
Yeah.
Ramseur.
Yeah.
Ramseur to I think we played them in the state championship game one time before. If I'm not mistaken, I think so.
But they're right there where they could be east or west, depending on how many teams qualify.
Right, because they was in the east that time. So anyway, I'm up there. I'm still in my area. I'm going to go tomorrow and get me a haircut at Floyd's Barber Shop.
Or go buy the Snappy lunch and get you a hot dog while you're down there. But don't end up like Jeff Jones in the clink down there.
Just go see but go be sure and see Juanita at the diner, and if you have any car trouble, go see Gomer or Goober at the station.
I'm gonna go down there and let Goober tune my car up on my way to Greensboro. I'm gonna go down to see my grandkids for this weekend, because come Thanksgiving I'll be back in Shelby doing what we do on Thanksgiving. So that's the way we plan this. So we can spend some time together. On Thanksgiving, I'm gonna be busy.
Well, for this first matchup between Shelby and Mount Airy, it's Earl Scruggs 1, Andy Griffith nothing. So, Coach, we appreciate you calling in. You be careful heading back down later today or tomorrow. Okay.
Listen, I would congratulate the Crest Chargers for taking care of East Lincoln the way they did. And fellas, if you think about it, East Lincoln is only won in Cleveland County one time. And I think that's when they beat Kings Mountain a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And I don't ever think they've beat a Cleveland County team maybe one time in the history of their school.
And you know who was coaching that Kings Mountain team? Greg Lloyd. This was revenge night.
Right. Because Kings Mountain was undefeated that night when they came up and beat them. And then remember we talked last week about the South Point Crest game.
Oh yeah.
Now y'all see. Now the point I was making is coming true. Chris got to go to South Point instead of South Point coming back to Chris.
Yeah, that's why I didn't think this RPI. I didn't think this RPI thing was great, Steve, because of that very reason.
And I'm probably in the minority in the room when we talk about this, Steve. And Will and Dennis and I talked about it off the air during the Red Zone earlier. And I understand, look, South Point's got arguably the best home field advantage, at least on this side of the state, if not in the entire state. I get that. I understand. But what do we always say? There are no easy games at this point in the playoffs. If Crest is going to sit here and say that they're a state championship caliber team, it don't matter where the game is. It's time to go play and it's time to go win. There's no excuses, and I don't want to hear this.
Let me fix that statement you just made. Crest is not saying that they are a state championship quality team. Chris is a state championship.
Well, then back it up and prove it, and don't make no excuses.
We have no problem going to.
Okay.
We have no problem going to South Point.
Send those cards and letters to.
Have absolutely no problem down there.
Then what?
No problem.
Okay.
We don't make excuses. We just play football.
All right.
And that's what we're gonna do next week.
All right.
We're just gonna go down there and play football.
Understood.
Will, you're down 14 already.
It don't matter. We'll make it up we'll make that 14 up in the first quarter.
14 down.
Send those cards and letters to KTC and Karen Chip.
Yeah, I mean, you just can't have your cake and eat it too. I'm glad you say it. That's fine. If any team is going to sit here and say that they're state caliber, and I'm not saying Crest isn't, but if they're going to say that,
I mean, look at who we played tonight. You look at who we played tonight. East Lincoln ain't no pushover team. That's
absolutely not.
Teams that average 48 points a game all season. All season.
Yep. Until tonight.
Till tonight, we held them to 14.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not an easy task. They got some great talent on that side. On that offensive side of the ball.
Lawless.
They got some great talent over there. For the point was being made, the whole point about playing at South Point is that we beat them head to head. There's no way you outrank us head to head when we beat you head to head. That was the
and you lost more games than we did.
Right, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
However, as Kevin explained in the pregame show,
and the people that we lost to, the games that Chris lost.
Yeah, well, what hurts us is
not
us.
Will.
Yeah,
not our opponents.
That you lost to still playing.
Still playing. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's the teams that are the opponents of our opponents, like Highland Tech.
Like we can't choose who's in Shelby's conference.
Yeah.
We can't choose who's in Burns' conference. You know what I'm saying?
What they do affects us.
Right.
Yeah.
But if it affected us any kind of way, Shelby put 90 on Highland Tech.
Yeah.
That should have been a positive on our end.
Yeah.
I think that's like the highest score I've seen all season on whatever side of the ball.
Yeah.
Well,
my Lord.
We've got to guess it. Just
Oklahoma, where the wind comes shooting down a plane.
All right, Steve. Thanks for calling in. But we get David Scott Tudor just jumped into the studio.
I apologize.
We traded you out for David tonight. So, but hey, be careful heading back. And again, thanks for calling in. Congratulations to the Golden Lions. They survive and get to go up to the Ashboro Zoo next week.
Hey, Chip, I will say this. I listened to your pick on Saturday about Alabama and Oklahoma. You said something about Alabama winning, but you was hoping Oklahoma won.
Absolutely.
I guess you was right.
I texted David texted me Saturday and was touching base with me. I says, I've never been so happy to be wrong in my life. So
David, if it makes you feel any better, I actually grew up being an Oklahoma fan, Barry Switzer and those guys, and I'm personal friends with a guy you probably remember named J.C. Watts.
He was a senator, yeah.
Yeah.
Had all them bandanas.
That's right.
But I've got the pictures to prove it if you doubt me.
All right, Steve. Well, hey, Steve, thanks again for calling in. You be careful. We'll catch up with you next week.
Yeah, I am watching y'all anyway on my computer, so
all right.
Don't act up too bad because I'm listening.
We make no promises.
Well, we're going to get the other side of the story from David here.
So, all right, good deal. All right,
good night, buddy.
See you, Steve. All right, that's Coach Steve DeGree. He gives us his rundown on the Shelby Golden Lions victorious over Mount Airy Granite Bears this evening as they move on to take on. They'll head to Eastern Randolph next week. Into the studio now. Joining us, we have David Potter, Scott Tudor, as they also did broadcast for the Crest Chargers and East Lincoln ball game, as they are normal East Lincoln County broadcasters. So, gentlemen, nice to have you live in the studio. We usually have y'all calling in, but decided on the way back home you stop in, drop in the studio. So, how's things going?
Oh, not too bad. And I mean, if you're over in Lincoln County, it's kind of out of the way to come back over here.
Yeah, fair. So, thanks for the extra drive time, man. Appreciate that.
No problem.
So, well, give us y'all's take on the games and what y'all we've heard from Robbie Roop was kind enough. Great to hear from Robbie. He was glad to hear he was doing well. Gave us his take on it, but just kind of y'all's thoughts on the game.
I mean, the first half was dominated by Crest. You go up 24-0. You put East Lincoln in a hole, but give East Lincoln credit between the injuries that they had. A lot of the DBs were out for Crest in the second half, and East Lincoln was able to exploit that. Got the 24-14, got the ball back. They're driving down the field. That was a huge play.
You should have asked two gentlemen in here if they were starting to get a little sweaty, nervous about that when they were driving. So.
I'm
won't,
not sure.
I won't name names.
Oh, you mean like Lincolnton every week?
Including this week.
Yeah, well, last week too.
Yeah, that's right. So, but yeah, I mean, they were moving the ball, and then it just seemed like the turnover at the most inopportune time.
Yeah, it's right at midfield. A nice little swing pass out to the side, and he had two guys on him, and I don't know which one punched the ball out, but Travion Wisnett ended up with it, ran it all the way down to the East Lincoln 28-yard line. They scored after that. Boom, ball game.
Was it you who made the point in the pregame? I was on my way into the studio. I don't know if it was you or Ken. Somebody said that Crest's defense is one of the things is how opportunistic they are about causing turnovers, because I think they came in with 26. They had caused 26 turnovers on the year.
Yeah.
It was, or was it Scott? Was you Scott?
I think it might have been David, but
it was like 13 and 13. It was like 13 fumbles and 13 interceptions. I was like, I didn't realize that. So I was like, that's obviously a strength, and it came through at like the absolute worst time for East Lincoln tonight.
Yeah, and they were plus 24,
23 or 24,
23 or 24 overall. They don't turn the ball over either. So
taking care of it
tonight.
Yeah. And tonight they had 2 interceptions that matched the 2 interceptions they had all year.
Wow, that's
but that Hamrick, I mean, he's you can see why he's going to Virginia.
Wow, can he sling the ball?
Yeah. Well, it was nice to get a little ACC action here on Friday night instead of or what's going to be future ACC action on Friday night with Wake Forest versus Virginia tonight with the two quarterbacks
and the Duke DB.
Yeah, well, that's
listening
right.
to the Duke Carolina
and NC State.
Show a little
yeah, I mean, it was, seriously. So
Gardner Webb. I mean, it was all kinds of talent out on the field.
We talked about, and I'm curious y'all's thoughts on this. I want y'all's take on this, because Ken and Brian and I talked about this. That the key point, we felt like one of the key points for this game, because both teams offensively in a sense are almost carbon copies of each other. They move the ball through the air. They're not afraid to throw the ball around. They both can run the ball. They both have. It's not like they're just one dimensional. They're known for their big play offenses, especially putting the ball through the air. The key point we thought was this Division I caliber secondary that Crest was going to have, and were they going to be able to slow down East Rutherford's receivers? Obviously, you got good athletes for East Rutherford. I'm sorry, East Lincoln with their receivers. But kind of y'all's thoughts, and that if they lived up to their billing, then it was going to be tough for East Lincoln to get any momentum going.
Oh, definitely, because they only had 69 yards offense in the first half.
Yeah,
and they averaged maybe it was under 2 yards a carry in the first half. And then anytime Lawless was trying to throw, there was nobody to throw to.
Yeah.
I mean, they were just blanketing the receivers. I mean, Dollar had 1 catch in the first half. I think he had 5 in the second half, but then that was the point where some of the DBs were getting dinged up, and Crest has a problem with hydration.
Yeah, it's
they
cramping
have
up.
a lot of people go down with cramps. Some came back, some didn't. And another big loss for East Lincoln was Caleb Laufer, who's just been playing phenomenally lately. He went down with an ankle injury in the first half. His subs came in and did a pretty good job, but it just made a difference. And then Crest really didn't try to do much in the second half. You're up 24-0 at halftime. You don't need to.
All right.
I thought it was interesting that Crest defense, like a lot of times they only played 3 defensive linemen, and they were just kind of moving all around in the defensive backfield, and they really couldn't get a read on what they were doing. Like sometimes they maybe play a little umbrella, sometimes they would match up, and again they just had the one linebacker sitting number 42. I'm forgetting
Gunter. Yeah,
Gunter.
Chris Gunter.
Yeah, and he was fantastic, for Crest as well. But it was hard, I think, for Lawless just to kind of pick where he wanted to go, because even when he maybe had a little bit of time, he would kind of double pump, wasn't sure to throw it, and then a couple of times, he launched it into the crowd. But they definitely had a pretty good game plan going against him in that first half.
What about the East Lincoln running game tonight? How did they do?
Not good.
Yeah, I think we mentioned that they only averaged 2 yards in that first half. Like it was interesting with the 3 defensive linemen. You thought they would have got more yards, but then they would just fill the gaps, make Fletcher McLean try to bounce it out wide, and then just use their athleticism and bring him down. They really could not get anything going.
I've not seen a lot. I'm sorry, Scott. I mean,
You're okay.
but I hadn't seen a lot of Chris, or not seen it in person a lot this year, obviously, because I've been in the studio. But you think of the kind of, and I think of the traditional, like Ray Lewis, Baltimore Ravens, where generally their defense is basically kind of cookie cutter. Like they're going to line up the same way every time, and then their play calling is going to be just based off of how they line up. But with Crest, it sounds like almost that they were more they've got maybe that 3-down lineman, like you were saying, and then your linebackers can turn into secondary men, vice versa, and they kind of just utilize the flexibility of their athletes basically to kind of fill the box with however many people they want in the box versus what they want to do in the secondary.
Yeah,
and it's hard to pick up on that, like you're saying, Scott.
Yeah, they just couldn't get a read on it, and we thought there was maybe one play that McLean was able to break through. As we mentioned, they only had 3 defensive linemen, but again, that was when the injuries and the cramping and things started going all kind of wrong there for Crest. And the momentum, momentum's a big thing. And anybody that watches or plays,
my goodness,
it just was rolling. Then the crowd was getting into it. Like,
the East Lincoln crowd was going nuts. Yeah. They brought a good.
They traveled well.
Of people. Yes, they
well,
did.
for this, from what I this first time these two teams have faced each other, and they're less than an hour away from each other, pretty much. That was hard for me to believe when we talked about it in the pregame show, or what y'all talked about in the pregame show.
These guys played against each other.
Well, that's fair. The schools hadn't played against each other, but the coaching staff, the coaches had. So.
Well, the middle schools were.
Both teams have been in the same conference, middle school, for years, basically, from my understanding. So the players they're familiar with each other. That's a good point, Will. Thanks for bringing that up.
Well, you guys mentioned the East Lincoln fans. Was the visitor side pretty full tonight? I'm sure. They were high interest.
It was
they were
full,
down,
and it was going down the ramps on either side.
Hill.
That's good.
Well, what I noticed on the way over here tonight. Normally, when I drive over here at the time that I come, there's not much traffic. And tonight, it was a steady stream of traffic all the way from Cherryville to Shelby, where the roundabouts are at now. And I thought, boy, everybody at East Lincoln's going to the game tonight. So that verifies what was going on. What I want to ask you guys, not about tonight, and I'm not talking about Crest. I want to talk about East Lincoln and give them credit for a great season. Right. But I want to know where, with Lawless moving on to Wake Forest, Jackson Dollar's going to be back, where does East Lincoln stand for possibly next year? What do you see on the horizon for East Lincoln?
Yeah, I was trying to think. Beam, is he still a junior?
Davis Beam's a junior, so he will probably be the starting quarterback next year. Unless somebody moves in from Oklahoma again, like Grant Wallace.
You got contacts?
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't know.
Are you wearing that pullover for a subtle hint there, David? What's going on?
I know nothing.
Yeah.
What was the town that he was from?
Bartlesville, Oklahoma.
Okay.
Wait. You said you know nothing. What is it? I've got a very good geography of the state down there. Very good. Oh, FYI, by the way, Terry Reinhardt is influencing ACC football as we speak. NC State's leading FSU by 3 with 2 minutes remaining in the ball game right now. So
they play football in the ACC this year?
Oh, that's cute. Wow, real cute.
Oh my goodness!
Intramural.
Wait a minute. Now, what does ACC stand for? Any Coast Conference?
Oh my God! Yeah, pretty at this point now. Yeah, you're right.
Or Average Coast Conference?
The average coast.
Which coast?
Yeah, Gulf Coast.
Yeah.
Could be that too with SMU.
Yeah, that's right. Well,
I mean, it's pretty much any coast conference.
Anywhere you want to. Yeah.
Yeah. Cal Bears or what? Pacific. Yeah.
We're going to see what we can get down. See if we can get a school out of South America somewhere. So maybe just go ahead. And,
hey, wait a minute. I've heard proposals about NC State playing somebody in Brazil next.
There you go. That's branching out. What can I say? But again, East Lincoln had a phenomenal season, and it was just, and I'm sure for you guys, the games y'all got to watch and call, it was fun to watch them. Certainly hope that the culture there's being solidified, and that they can obviously always that question of the talent that you lose that's graduating, and moving on, versus the next man up mentality and who can step into that place. So interested and excited to see what East Lincoln can do next year, and hopefully they can build on this success.
I don't see why they wouldn't. If you look at what they've done over the last 15 years, 3 state championships. Good run in the playoffs last year. I mean, state title 3 years ago. So they tend to reload.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's a good sign, I think. So I mean, they're becoming I think it's fairly. Of course, you've got a Lincolnton team that pulled out a victory tonight, so they're going to the next round. But I mean, East Lincoln's definitely the one of the scarier, if not the scariest team in the county, and have been for at least for this year. So, yeah.
The other question I was going to ask, as Lincoln Charter School affected the number of players at the schools in Lincoln County this year?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
I mean, they were good-sized rosters. I guess Lincoln Charter seemed to get everybody injured.
Yeah, I was about to say, they were pretty decimated by the.
Yeah,
by
they
the
had a
time
couple
we
of
saw them,
transfers from Charlotte, if I remember correctly, as well. So
Yeah.
I mean that's one thing.
Charter schools
Yeah.
get to do.
Charter schools
I
get
don't
me
know
going,
about
but
it.
yeah.
Well,
NIL money for charter schools, but
yeah, I voted to start the charter school stuff in North Carolina back in another lifetime. But I think the susceptibility of charter schools, that those of fear in the public schools, is that somebody's going to turn that into a recruiting process and bring in players from here, there, and yonder.
What do you mean they're going to turn it into? I mean,
and have an all-star
head
program.
down to Charlotte.
I think they're not quite IMG yet,
but yeah, that's
ask.
That's
ask
where
Corvion.
that's where Hamrick went his freshman year, is to IMG.
yeah. So I mean, there you go.
I didn't know that. I stumbled onto that one. Didn't
You just got to ask.
When and obviously I'm curious to see what Lincoln Charter builds on next year. You and David, you and I, the one game where I so pathetically filled in for Scott this year, when we watched East Lincoln or West Lincoln play at Lincoln Charter, but the Lincoln Charter's young quarterback, that young man, he's going if he can get protection, if he's got. There were times
sometimes he didn't have.
He didn't have
protection.
time, and he still found time.
He just nonchalantly would walk up through, step up or roll out. But the last few, we saw him 3 times this year.
Mm-hmm.
You saw him 3. I saw him 2.
Split hairs.
Some of us have hair, so okay.
There's still a little.
That was a little fuzzy, Scott.
I'm sorry.
You can tell these two guys do a lot of games together, don't you?
Well, we're from the same neck of the woods, so we're
a couple of Western New York boys. Here we go.
That's right.
But no, it's he didn't have anybody to throw to the last half of the season. I mean,
Walden. I couldn't remember Braden Walden.
Walden.
Yeah.
And he wasn't getting a lot of protection. I mean, he was just running for his life the last couple times we saw him.
Yeah, well, the game in Charlotte, we kind of made a point. We had video, and we had them pan. I mean, how many guys were in crutches, and 10, 15.
Yeah, it was a
Just
bunch.
Injuries. I mean,
well, I mean, I'm sure not only is it their first year of varsity, but the weight program is Bias has got to get that going. I know he wants to. But the problem is he's got kids on 2 different campuses.
That's a challenge. That's a logistical challenge.
They have the program set up at Lincolnton, but he said they're still working on getting it set up for the Denver campus as well. So some kids are lifting, some aren't doing it as vigilantly. They've got to do it on their own or something. And, it's going to take time to build that.
It's hard to do that. I mean, it's hard to. I mean, there's a fellowship and a camaraderie that just comes with the team atmosphere, being able to do everything together. So that does create a bit of a challenge. Well, guys, I appreciate y'all coming. Any final thoughts or anything, y'all? Again, we appreciate y'all. Really appreciate y'all taking the time to come into the studio. But any last thoughts y'all had?
Well, I think you should let Scott point out what Shelby did tonight in their revenge tour.
Oh, wait a minute, guys! I've just got a breaking from an old colleague of mine. He just sent me an email. Said he was talking to an East Lincoln parent tonight, and he's telling me that Dollar is transferring next year. Any rumors you guys want to start?
That's
sounds like you just started it, Dennis. What do you mean they're going to start it?
If there wasn't true, it's a rumor now.
You think I'm stirring the pot?
Thanks for putting that on ESPN's bottom line there, Dennis.
Tune in next year.
Are we scrolling down here at the bottom of the screen here on YouTube?
I'm just trying to give these guys a hard time.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Thank you, Jerry Springer.
That's right.
Jeez.
Breaking news.
Yeah.
No, I did read that. The Shelby Mount area. This was the second time in their history that they have faced each other in the first time was Mount Airy. I can't remember the score exactly.
37-7, something like that.
But 1932.
Okay.
Was that meeting.
So apparently Brent and Jeff came because we had been saying the whole, like we talked about last week, this was the first time we thought this was the first time the two teams had come together. And Jeff and Brent said they came across a seasoned individual who had been around the block multiple times, and he brought up this guy. He said, I believe this is the second time these two teams have taken on each other. And I tried to ask him if it was Otis or Gomer or Goober, which one it was that actually was talking to him about it. But no, they apparently what he said was correct.
I doubt he was at it.
I've got one to add to that.
Yeah.
You guys said this is the first time that Crest and East Lincoln have played football.
Varsity level.
That's the key. Because years ago when I was coaching at Crest, we took a team over and played East Lincoln at East Lincoln. And the embarrassing part was that year we had a situation with cheerleaders. Any girl that wanted to go out for cheerleading automatically made the squad.
So how many did you end up with?
We had 75 cheerleaders. And
how many football players did you have?
I think we had the usual 30 or 40 or something like that.
Two for
but
each
we
player.
got off the bus, and I was embarrassed as the coach because here's 2 busloads of cheerleaders.
I say you probably scared them with 3
football.
buses, but only one was the football.
That's right.
You got it. And we wasn't full.
The water came off first, and then the players.
Fortunately, won that game, but it's been a while. I think that scared East Lincoln so bad they wouldn't play Crest anymore. They were afraid the cheerleaders were going to congregate on them.
All right, guys. Well, Scott,
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, Scott, David, thank y'all for coming.
With my crap over you.
It's a good deal. Well, guys, we're behind. We're going to take a break here. You're listening to the Full Throttle Powersports, the Low Post Game Show. We'll be right back after this break. You're listening to KTC Broadcasting.
You're listening to The Boss, WHS, Shelby, North Carolina, your beach oldies and sports stations. Online at ktcbroadcasting.com.
From the KTC Broadcasting Weather Center, here's your forecast for Cleveland and Gaston counties. Partly cloudy tonight, lows around 60. A chance of showers Saturday morning, then mostly sunny. Highs in the upper 70s. For Saturday night, partly cloudy, lows in the upper 40s. Sunshine on Sunday, highs in the mid-60s. From the KTC Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Johnny Cottle for WOHS and WCSL.
Currently from the KTC Broadcasting Studios, it's
11:20, and the temperature is 64 degrees.
Walker Moors are different for right reasons, and your Walker Moor dealer in this area is Hojo Outdoor Power in Shelby. Come on in and check out the new Walker Moors, now offering 0% financing for 48 months. And if you're looking for agility, versatility, and overall size, Walker has a mower that will suit your needs. And with leaf season almost here, nothing can clean a yard of leaves like a Walker mower. Come in for a demonstration today at Hojo Outdoor Power, 110 Grigg Street in Shelby, right off South Lafayette Street. Online at hojopower.net and like them on Facebook too. Hojo Outdoor Power is now open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, closed on Saturday. Jumpin' Jed's in downtown Falston invites you to Small Town Christmas this Saturday, November 22nd, starting at 9 a.m. And be sure to come to Jumpin' Jed's for some great sales, including some big doorbusters. Be sure to register for holiday drawings and to win their huge Christmas gift basket valued at over $300, plus delicious tastings, hot apple cider, and free gift wrapping too. And on the porch and grounds, enjoy Keepsake Company's photo booth, DeRisi Powersports, T-Man Woodworks, Gabe Peanut Pot, New Beginnings Church handing out beautiful ornaments. Also, woodcarver Steve Duncan, author Julia Duncan, and John Mason will be there playing the hammered dulcimer. Now that's a lot of fun going on. So head on into Jumpin' Jed's during Small Town Christmas starting at 9 a.m. this Saturday, November 22nd on Main Street, downtown Falston. Y'all come. It'll be fun. If your HVAC system has some age, you might consider a new system from Bill Shuford Heating and Air in Shelby. Right now, get 60 months, no interest on qualifying systems for qualified applicants for as low as $89 per month. Bill Shuford Heating and Air sells and services American Standard HVAC systems, which is rated #1 in reliability. Call Bill Shuford Heating and Air at 704-484-0025 to book your appointment. Bill Shuford Heating and Air, 213 Campbell Street in Shelby, online at BillShufordHVAC.com. Basic Finance in Shelby is celebrating their 25th anniversary this month, and they want to take this time to say thank you for your business over the past 25 years. And they're looking forward to serve you more. And Christmas loans begin November 17th with no payment due till January 1st, 2026. Find out more during the 25th anniversary at Basic Finance, 306 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, right across from Shelby High School. Open 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. Call 704-481-0111. And remember, golf on Saturday, church on Sunday.
Call and book your tee time at the Kings Mountain Country Club. The course is in great shape, quality golf, beautiful views, and friendly service. Play and ride 18 holes Monday through Thursday for $35. Play and ride 18 on Friday for $48. Play and ride 18 on Saturday and Sunday for only $60. Senior play and ride Monday through Thursday for $32. Call for tee times at 704-739-5871. Located at 109 Country Club Road in Kings Mountain. Online at kingsmountaincc.com.
Who shops at Putnam Distributors in Patterson Springs? Professional mechanics, shade tree mechanics, do-it-yourselfers, farmers, truckers, industries, and maybe you should too. They have a knowledgeable and friendly parts counter staff that'll be more than happy to help. Putnam Distributors is located in downtown Patterson Springs, just 5 minutes from the Shelby city limits. Go south on Highway 226 or Highway 180 and follow the signs. Putnam's prices are low on everything for everybody. Call them at 704-487-9395. It's in the phone book. Or try them at PutnamDistributors.com. LVP Flooring. Price as low as $229 a square foot. You heard right. Beautiful LVP flooring as low as $229 a square foot. Where at? Well, it's only one place. Barrett's Floor Covering in Kings Mountain. They are locally and family owned and operated. And you'll find it all, from waterproof floors to luxury vinyl to carpet and hardwood. That's right, Barrett's Floor Covering, 150 Dixon School Road in Kings Mountain. Online at BarrettFloorCovering.com. Here's some good news from Foothills Podiatry in Shelby. Foothills Podiatry would like to announce to their Medicare patients their new affiliation with Upperline Health. This is the new service that will give their current and new Medicare patients the opportunity to stay healthy. If you are a traditional Medicare patient and are having foot problems, Foothills Podiatry is here to take care of you. Contact their office for an appointment. They look forward to having you as one of their patients. That's Foothills Podiatry, located at 707 North Morgan Street in Shelby. Visit them online at foothillspodiatry.com. It's a brand new service at Bradley's in Shelby. It's DTF. What is DTF? It stands for Direct to Film. Now, what does that mean to you? It means no minimum order for your shirts. It means no setup. It means unlimited colors. And ask about the new DTF, Direct to Film service, now available at Bradley's in Shelby. And it's time to order your school letter jackets for Christmas. All local schools are available. Your one-stop shop, Bradley's, 2522 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at bradleysinc.com. Like them on Facebook, too.
What's under your home? When was the last time you were under there? Maybe you should take a look. But better yet, call the Crawl Space King and let them take a look. Give the Crawl Space King a call at 704-813-8200. They specialize in waterproofing, encapsulations, moisture control, structural repair, mold and fungus remediation, and they offer a 10% discount for military and public safety personnel. Call the Crawl Space King of Shelby at 704-813-8200. Find them on Facebook, too. And be sure to ask about their senior discounts now available.
And we're back on the Full Throttle Powersports Game Show.
The floral? The Full Throttle Powersports, a little post game show. Thank you, JP. That's the Chip Carter here along with Dennis Davis, Will Boykins. We just had David Potter and Scott Tudor. It's all right, man. Hang it. We're in the home stretch. David Potter and Scott Tudor just joined us. Appreciate them dropping by the studio to give us their take on the East Lincoln.
Guys.
Oh yeah.
Don't let them know we said that.
No, we won't say that. Don't say that. Don't say it on the air, Dennis. Maybe nobody will hear you.
I won't let them know that we think we're good guys.
So, but Kevin Hastings in the house as well, who will be joining us here in a little bit.
Right behind the rain. Oh.
Is there a medication for that, Will?
Honey lamb and I sit along and talk.
You do know we're on the air right now, right?
I just every time I see David Potter, I just want to sing Oklahoma. It just happens.
So we're a good almost 2 hours into this show, and we still haven't completely gone through the scoreboard. I think it might be a good idea to go through these final scores real quick. And yes, I will let you go first on your side. So, I'm sorry, what? What was that?
Hey, Chip.
Hello, Will. All right, go ahead. Kick things off for us, Will.
All right, it was Huss over West Forsyth.
He had his medication tonight.
28-10. It was West Charlotte over Myers Park, 34-21. Brevard over Burns, 30-27. Pisgah over Mount Pleasant, 22-15. Maiden over Newton Conover, 29-6. High Brighton over Kramer, 14-9. And Grimsley over Jack Britt, 55-12.
He was very careful about that one.
And Reagan over Mooresville, 32-31. Independence over Richmond, 52-18. Weddington over Lake Norman, 42-7. And that is the 8A, 4A, and 7A.
Well, I guess I get the middle.
Absolutely.
Because I'm between you two guys. I'm in the middle here. All right, we're going to do 3A. And speaking of all you Lincoln folks tonight, you pulled a victory tonight over Mountain Heritage, 37-36. It only takes one, and you got it. So next week, you guys are going to play the winner of the West Davidson North Stanley game, and that was West Davidson 23, North Stanley 21. So two close winners tonight will face off next week. Well, tonight, Eastern Randolph defeated Walkertown 30-14, and Shelby defeated Mount Airy 41-21. So next week the matchup is Shelby goes to East Randolph down in Ramseur, North Carolina, to play in that matchup in the semifinal. We've got the 6A tonight. It was the Watauga Pioneers at home up in Chili Boone tonight, defeating the Charlotte Catholic Cougars 27-19. Sun Valley shined on Freedom tonight by a score of 46-20. And so next week, you will have Sun Valley and Watauga. Next, we have the Ashbrook Green Wave carrying on their winning year by beating Dudley tonight 15-7. And that means that next week they will play Northern Guilford, who beat Kings Mountain tonight 37-7.
Who's the higher seed in that one?
It should be Ashbrook. Ashbrook's the number one seed.
Yeah.
Or no. I beg your pardon. I'm wrong. No, Watauga was the number one seed. Ashbrook's the number 3 seed. So they'll be traveling to Northern Guilford. I beg your pardon. Well, I was wrong on that. So yeah, Ashbrook's the number 3. Northern Guilford's the number 2.
Yeah.
So
Sun Valley was the number 4.
Sun Valley was number 5. Freedom was the number 4. So that was the 4 and 5 matchup.
Really?
All right, Chip, take
What?
it away.
Are you done?
I'm done.
Okay, all right. Gotcha. You looked disturbed there for a minute.
Because obviously, for reason being, another RPI. We'll talk about that.
I got you. Well, I don't want to use an upset as an excuse for the RPI not being for the.
But check their records against.
Well, fair point. Fair point. Looking at the rest of the scores here on the left side, in the 1A, Robbinsville, who is the 1 seed, they played like the 1 seed tonight, defeated East Columbus 54-7. And South Davidson ends Thomas Jefferson's season with a 27-12 victory. South Davidson is the 2 seed, so the 1 and 2 seeds in the West will play each other next week in the 1A. Moving on to the 2A, Murphy, the number 1 seed, they played like the number 1 seed tonight, defeating Community School of Davidson 62-20. Corby and Community in a 4-5 matchup. This looked like a good 4-5 matchup, but Corby and Community, they were up by as many, I think, as many as 2 scores at one point in this game. But East Wilkes got tightened the game up, but Corby and Community was able to pull out the victory 31-28. Is Mitchell over Mountain Island Charter 28-15. They
will travel to Starmount. Starmount shuts out the Rowdy Rebel Bulls of South Stanley 35-0. So Corvian Community will travel to Murphy, and Mitchell will travel to Starmount in the 2A next week. And then looking at the 5A, the high power 5A, it's number 1 seed South Point defeating Monroe 61-42. And then in the heralded game of the night, probably at least on this side of the state, if not in the entire state, Crest Chargers do defeat East Lincoln 31-14, and that Crest will head to Belmont to take on the Red Raiders next week. Moving on down, Hickory defeats Franklin 36-14. They will travel to J.M. Robinson, who defeats Oak Grove 41-33. Robinson was up pretty big in that game. Oak Grove tried to make that exciting at the end, but Robinson was able to break away and pull the victory.
And listen, folks, don't count your chickens before they hatch. There's 4 teams right there that are capable of being state champions.
Absolutely.
South Point, Crest, Hickory, and the surprise should be no surprise, and that's Robinson. I want to point out one thing for those of you who may be watching at home. 1A and 8A, they will only have a couple of teams left after this week. So what you're going to see next week is unprecedented under this new setting. The 1A teams will have a bye. The 8A teams will have a bye. Every other classification will have a game next week.
I don't know why they just go ahead and let them play.
Well, because that would mess up the championship game. You know, they have their stadiums in Durham and Hickory and Chapel Hill for those, and they didn't want to.
Did they get Charlotte as well? They're playing at Charlotte as well. I know they're playing Hickory.
They're playing in Hickory, and they're playing over in Durham at that city stadium over there where Johnson C. Smith won their
Aren't they playing at Lenore Ryan as well?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry if you said that already. I couldn't remember if you said. So repeat what you just said, Dennis. I'm trying about because I thought which teams are you saying are getting the buys now?
The 1 and the 8s.
The 1A teams and the 8A teams.
Okay, you're talking about the classifications, because they don't have as many teams. And thus basically they're into the semifinals. Right. This was their quarterfinal game right now. Okay,
and so what they've done is they said, all right, you guys take a week off, and then everybody will be back on the same
which would probably benefit them because that's going to give them 2 weeks to study what.
I kind of feel like they should have done that for the final week, for the state championship, though. Kind of like you do between the NFC, AFC championship and the Super Bowl. You normally do 2 weeks. Why pick this week to do that? I guess unless you're just wanting to coincide with Thanksgiving week, and I guess maybe.
They're going to play this week as Thanksgiving week, so they'll play this Thanksgiving week.
Oh, they are going to play this coming Friday.
Yeah.
Okay.
They'll play this Thanksgiving week, and then the state champion. Who's going to the state championships will be decided next week.
See, that makes no sense to me then.
And then they'll have 2 weeks. They'll play Thanksgiving week, and they'll have 2 weeks before they play because they won't play the next Friday.
No, so there will be a bye between the semifinal and the final.
Right.
That makes better sense to me.
I actually thought the bye was this coming week.
Okay.
But Will says it's the championship.
They will play this coming a week from today. They will play.
They'll play. The way it's set up. Okay, so if I seen it right.
Okay. Well, we've got the wonderful devices called computers, guys. Let me look this up.
Hey, there's one.
Yeah, I got you. Keep going. Keep talking.
The way I think I seen it set up. The 1A bye and the 8A bye is going to come. They'll play Thanksgiving week, and then the bye will be the next week, the following week. If I'm correct. If I'm correct.
And you may well be, because what I had seen was that they were going to have their bye next week and then play with everybody else to see who would be in the championship game.
Okay. See if I can get this to load up. That's gonna be the fun part
and
here.
And the funny thing is, and we have nothing to do with it, we can't tell you who's playing where. Oh, well, we can tell you where. We just can't tell you who's going to be there.
Yeah.
Right. One thing, and I wanted big shout out to Ken Link. Ken kept us up to speed on that the Lincolnton Mountain Heritage game, which we talked about in the pregame. Thought it was going to be an exciting game. My goodness, wasn't it? So at one point he texted me Lincolnton was leading 23-22 at the half. And then they basically went back and forth. At the end of 3 quarters, Mountain Heritage led Lincolnton 28-23. Lincolnton took the lead 30-28 with 10 minutes left. Mountain Heritage retook the lead 36-30 with 7 minutes left. And then Lincolnton scored the final touchdown to go ahead 37-36 for the final. Ken Link said, for the second week in a row, Lincolnton caught up from a 2-touchdown deficit late in the first half, and then in the second half gutted out a 1-point win. They stopped Mountain Heritage on downs at the Lincolnton 30 with 37 seconds left to go in the game.
How many games this year, just off the top of our head, do y'all remember like Lincoln's games being decided by field goals, extra points?
Yeah. They played close games all season.
It's been a couple this year that like, they won or they lost based on somebody. Last week they did. Right. They won by 1 point last week because the Hendersonville dropped the kick. Had a bad snap.
Here's their schedule. So they lost to Maiden by 3 to open the year up. They beat Burns 40. Now, okay, sorry, that's more than one score I'm looking at. So they beat Shelby in OT 35-34. Beat Hendersonville by 1, 28-27. Beat Mountain Heritage by 1 in the regular. No, these are the playoff games, and then they beat Mountain Heritage. So 2 straight games, and then also the overtime win against Shelby.
All right, here's our updated PowerPoint standings. Only 9 teams are now left in the points. I forgot to put an X there on Stuart Kramer. But East Lincoln now drops down to number 10. Newton Conover 11. Kings Mountain 12. East Rutherford 13, Stuart Kramer 14, North Stanley 15, South Stanley 16. South Stanley will get that 15 spot ahead of North Stanley because they beat them by 40, and they're next to each other. Hunter Huss 17, Bandy's 18, West Iredale 19, Davidson 20. The Bulldogs are at 21, RS Central at 22, and 23, Christ the King. 9th place, Maiden Blue Devils. They got 20 power points, 8-4 on the season. Shelby is now, that number hasn't been fixed, but that's number 8. Shelby is at number 8 with 21 power points. They're 10-3 on the season. Lincoln is number 7 at 10-2 on the season with 25 power points. Corvion is number 6 right now with 33 power points. High Brighton, after the win over Kramer tonight, moves up to number 5 of 38 power points, 11-1 on the season. South Point with 42 power points, 10-2 on the season. They're number 4. The Crest Chargers are 10-2 with 46 power points at number 3. The Hickory Red Tornadoes with 47 power points are your number 2 team. And the Ashbrook Green Wave with 68 points are 12-0. All right, when we come back, we'll go over next week's games and tonight's scores. We got to take another break. We'll be right back on ktcbroadcasting.com.
The holidays are just around the corner, and with them come basketball season. Webb Chemical and Paper Company wants to wish all the basketball teams a great year. Webb Chemical and Paper Company is the place to go for all of your janitorial and cleaning supplies and disposable paper products. You'll find great prices and great service, and they offer products in bulk. Family owned and operated for over 49 years, their friendly, helpful staff will assist you with all of your product needs. Webb Chemical and Paper is conveniently located at 2500 West Dixon Boulevard, Highway 74 West in Shelby. Stop by and see them or call 704-482-4331. Check them out on the web at webchemicalandpaper.com. I'm Calvin Hastings, and I would like to invite you to join myself along with Captain Ron as we broadcast live this Saturday during Small Town Christmas in downtown Falston. We'll be there from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Main Street next to Jumpin' Jets and Cool Cycles. We'll be playing Christmas music up and down Main Street all day long. And come by our booth and register to win some great prizes too. There will be wagon rides, food trucks, hourly drawings, live music, and of course, Santa Claus. This year's event brought to you in part by Back Road Pickers, Jan's Restaurant, the Falston Community Mart, Camacho's Mini Farm Acres, Wright's Jewelry, Tops Pizza and Pasta, Whitetail Properties, Above the Bar Dance and Gymnastics Academy, Cool Cycle, Jumpin' Jets, Throttle Powersports, Oliver's Hardware and Garden Center, Wild Bird Treasures, Parker Family Feed, JB Drone Solutions, the Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home, and the Town of Falston. Small Town Christmas this Saturday, November 22nd, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. in beautiful downtown Falston. This year's event in memory of Doris Weaver. Compassion, excellence, and reliability. Those 3 words best describe Bayada Home Health Care, a nonprofit serving Cleveland, Gaston, Lincoln, and Rutherford counties with assistive care services in the comfort of your own home. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And they've been doing this since 1975. When it comes time, take the time and call Bayada Home Health Care in Shelby. Call 669-4000. Or visit them online at bayauto.com, located at 1105 Suite 3 on East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby.
Someone will once again win a $1,000 Christmas shopping spree, and it could be you. The drawing will be held Monday, December 22nd. Register today at one of our local sponsors, including Wild Birds Unlimited in Franklin Square, Gastonia, Highway 27 West Restaurant, Highway 27 west of Lincoln, at Victoria Cole Gifts and Collectibles, downtown Cherryville, at Classic Ford Sales Room on East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, at Hojo Outdoor Power on Greek Street in Shelby, at Georgia B's Boutique on North Mountain Street in Cherryville, at Red Bridges Barbecue Lodge, Highway 74 East in Shelby, at the Chop Shop Dog Salon on East King Street, Kings Mountain, at Campers Inn on Highway 161 South at I-85 in Kings Mountain, and at the Chuck Wagon Grill on Highway 27 east of Lincoln. The $1,000 Christmas shopping spree brought to you by KTC Broadcasting and WhatsUpShopper.com. For a complete list of sponsors, go to WhatsUpShopper.com. You can also register at Carolina Furniture Mart on North Aspen Street in Lincoln.
It's time to ride into fall with the new Slingshot from Full Throttle Powersports in Law. Financing as low as 0.99% for 36 months and zero money down, or take $4,000 customer cash. Also, check out the Polaris factory authorized clearance sale. Also get 0.99% for 36 months and zero money down, or take $4,000 customer cash. And check out the Kawasaki Brute Force 750 Full Throttle Powersports, 100 Indian Walk-In Law, online at ncfullthrottlepowersports.com.
Go! We're going down to the Honda shop. I'll tell you what we're gonna do.
Get on your Honda and ride red during the Ride Red Summer Sales event at Honda Motorcycles in Shelby. For over 45 years, Honda Motorcycles of Shelby has been serving this area with sales, parts, and service. And now get low-rate financing during the Honda Ride Red Sales event. Use your bonus bucks on accessories, a down payment, or the Honda Care Protection Plan during the Ride Red Summer Sales event. Going on now at Honda Motorcycles of Shelby, 4402 East Dixon Boulevard. Online at HondaMotorcyclesofShelby.com. Season's greetings from Diamond Pond, 417 South Lafayette Street in Shelby. Need extra cash for Christmas? Diamond can help. We provide quick, easy cash loans and purchases on a variety of merchandise: gold, silver, firearms, electronics, musical instruments, and much more. Check cashing too. And don't forget to register to win a $1,000 Christmas shopping spree. Diamond Pond, serving Shelby for over 45 years. Planning a funeral service can be a very difficult process for families who have just lost a loved one. Celebrating lives and healing grieving hearts is the theme for the Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Fallston. It's important to them to provide those who are grieving with a supportive environment in which they can begin to find closure, say goodbye, and come to terms with their loss. Find out more today. Visit them online at StameyTysingerFuneralHome.com or give them a call at 704-538-8631. The Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home and Cremation Center, 846 East Stagecoach Trail in Fallston. The Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home now offers water cremations.
It's the best layout in the Piedmont of North and South Carolina. It's Woodbridge Golf Links between Shelby and Kings Mountain on beautiful Moss Lake. Enjoy the new Yamaha golf carts. For your tee time, call 704-481-7199. 704-481-7199. The Woodbridge Golf Course, 1007 New Camp Creek Church Road, Kings Mountain on Moss Lake. Open 7 days a week. Like them on Facebook too.
At All Care Insurance Services, they take care of you. From auto to home to business, All Care Insurance can help. They've been helping North Carolinians save on their insurance since 1984. All Care Insurance Services is an independent insurance agency. They work for you, not the insurance carriers, finding you the best value on auto, home, and business insurance. Visit one of their offices near you. 220 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, 4835 Wilkinson Boulevard in Gastonia, and 7005 East Wilkinson Boulevard in Belmont. Online at GoAllCare.com.
And welcome back to the Full Throttle Power Sports post-game show.
There you go. Say it with your chest there, Mr. Prather. So there's our final scores. You folks are watching online, all the black scores. Now, what I do have is the matchups for next week. So
we got some matchups going on.
We've got
playoffs.
Did you say matchups?
Matchups. Playoff matchups.
So this is East and West in the what is this? The I guess the quarterfinals or the West, the East and West semifinals. So in the 1A, South Davidson, the 2 will be at 1 Robbinsville, and in the East, Northside Pinetown Panthers. Number 2 will be at the Kip Pride Lion, whatever they are.
We're just starting to make these names up now, aren't we?
They are.
These ones in the East are absurd.
Like, how many Pinetowns are there where they have to have a Northside Pinetown? like really? I don't get that one. All right, so there's your 1As. In the 2As, Corvion, number 5, will go to number 1 Murphy.
Know where that's at.
And they'll play the winner of number 11 Mitchell at number 2,
which
Starmount.
Which one?
In the
Northside Pine.
What about
in the East 2A, East Blade in the 4 seed will be at number 1 Tarboro, and number 7 seed Eddington Aces will be at number 2 Warren County Eagles.
So those are names that I know from the East.
Okay.
I've never heard of those 2 teams at the top.
Northside and Kip.
Isn't Kip Pride? Isn't that an X-Men or something? Or that's Kitty Pride. I'm sorry.
Sounds
that's
like it.
Kitty
They
Pride.
actually played one of our
Shadow
teams a couple of years ago, because I remember that. Kip Pride, what kind of deal is that? It's a charter school.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that is one.
And
So
to
that's
make it
where
even
I
more
was
confusing, it's located in Gaston, North Carolina. Not Gaston County, but the town Gaston.
Gaston.
Gaston. Girl, you the foo.
In the 3A, the Lincoln and Wolves 8 seed will host a 4th round home game. I don't know how bad the seeding went on that side of the bracket for the 8 seed to have a 4th round home game.
Busted.
But Lincoln host the West Davidson Dragons next week on our Lincoln County Game of the Week. David Potter and Scott will have that one. So we'll have the Dragons and the Wolves. Now the winner of that game gets the winner of the Shelby Golden Lions and the Eastern Randolph Wildcats.
It's a cat fight next week. It's a cat fight up there in Greensboro.
And it could lead to a Shelby at Lincoln matchup for a right to go to the state championship.
But can you imagine being the number 2 seed and having Shelby come to play?
That Shelby's the best double-digit seed in the state. I don't care what classification
I
you're
think I
on.
read something earlier. Some report out. He said that Shelby was like the worst thing that could have happened to people who got home games was that they was gonna have to play Shelby.
Yep.
Farmville Central, the 13 seed, wins tonight, and they'll go to the number 3 seed Keenan Tigers, and they'll play the winner of number 14 Kinston at number 7 Northeastern. In the 4A, the number 4 Pisco Bears will travel to play the number 1 Brevard Blue Devils next week. They'll play the winner of the number 6 Maiden Blue Devils at the number 2 High Brighton Panthers.
What happens if Maiden and Brevard play each other?
You got the Blue Devils playing Blue Devils.
Last year, Reedsville was in the West. This year, the map changed, and they're in the East, Will. for you geography majors out there.
Gerrymandering.
I'm just saying, how in the world is Reedsville way up there next to daggum Virginia in the East, in the West?
Who drew the districts?
Well, they're not now. They're the 1 seed in the East. They host Central Davidson. They'll play the winner of South Wedge Edgecombe and West Craven, the 2 seed. In the 5A, the 4A Crest Chargers will visit the number 1 seed South Point Red Raiders, and they'll play the winner of the number 3 seed Hickory Red Tornadoes and the number 2 seed Robinson Bulldogs. In the East, Croatan, the 4 seed, will play the 1 seed Hunt, and then they'll play the winner of the Rocky Mountain Griffons and the North Side Jacksonville Monarchs. Not a lot of times you get in the 5A and you have Monarchs and Griffons playing each other. So I don't know what happened with that one.
New schools.
In the 6A, Sun Valley, the 5 seed, will visit Watauga in Boone, the 1 seed, and they'll play the winner of Ashbrook, the 3 seed, at number 2, Northern Guilford Nighthawks. Union Pines, the 4 seed, will play the 1 seed Jacksonville in the East, and the 2 seed Northern Nash will host the 3 seed Middle Creek. In the 7A, 5 Reagan at 1 Grimsley will play the winner of 3 Independence at 2 Weddington. I'm sure that'll be a big game in Charlotte next week.
That is going to be dope.
Yeah,
4 Gardner at Cardinal Gibbons, the 1 seed. They'll play the winner of Southeast Raleigh and the 3 seed Cleveland Rams. And in the 8A out in the West Charlotte, the 2 seed will be at Huff. the 1 seed. And out east, the 3 seed Millbrook Wildcats will be at the number 2 Hoggard Vikings. We'll have West Davidson at Lincoln, Shelby at Eastern Randolph, and Crest at South Point next week on KTCBroadcasting.com. I'm going to let Chip, you're the only one on this one. As fast as you can, get through all the scores, and then we got to wrap it up.
All right, here we go real quick. In the 1A, it was Robbinsville defeating East Columbus 54-7. They will host South Davidson, who defeated Thomas Jefferson 27-12. In the 2A, you've got Murphy over Community School of Davidson 62-20. Corvian Community defeats East Wilkes 31-28. It was Mitchell over Mountain Island Charter 28-15. They will play Star Mountain, who shut out South Stanley 35-0. Corvian Community will travel to Murphy as well. In the 3A, Lincolnton comes back to defeat Mountain Heritage in a back-and-forth game, 37-36. Lincolnton's victorious. They will host West Davidson. The Dragons defeated the Comets of North Stanley 23-21.
Dragon.
Eastern Randolph, that's Kevin's favorite mascot. Eastern Randolph defeats Walkertown 30-14. They will host the Shelby Golden Lions, who defeated Andy Griffith's Mount Airy Grand Bears 41-21. That's in the 3A. Over to the 4A, Brevard stays undefeated. They hold off Burns barely, 30-27. They will host Pisgah in a mountain rivalry game, 22-15. Pisgah defeats Mount Pleasant. It was Maiden over Newton Conover 29-6. They will take on and head to High Brighton next week, who defeated Stuart Kramer 14-9 in our baseball score of the night. Over to the 5A, it was South Point victorious over Monroe 61-42. They will host Crest and Belmont next week. Crest defeated East Lincoln 31-14. Hickory defeats Franklin 36-14. Hickory will be going up against J.M. Robinson. They'll travel to J.M. Robinson next week, who defeated Oak Grove 41-33. Over to the 6A, Watauga defeats Charlotte Catholic 27-19. They will host Sun Valley, who is victorious over Freedom 46-20. Ashbrook over Dudley 15-7. Ashbrook travels to Northern Guilford, who defeats Kings Mountain 37-7. In the 7A, Grimsley over Jack Britt 55-12. Reagan defeats Mooresville 32-31. Reagan plays Grimsley. Independence over Richmond 52-18. It'll be Independence against Weddington. Weddington defeat Lake Norman 42-7. And then in the 8A,
that's gonna be a slobber.
Yes, it will be. In the 8A, West Charlotte over Myers Park 34-21. They will take on Huff, who defeats West Forsyth 28-10. And those are our finals, and those are the matchups for next week.
Playoffs.
Guys,
next week's playoffs.
It's getting real.
It's
getting serious.
It's getting to the nitty gritty right now.
It's all right. There are no easy matchups now.
Well, as I said, the playoffs actually start tonight, and now we're into that second round of playoffs.
Fake out. He played the Saturday morning music.
Hold up!
I told him to play us away, but
that's the remix.
That's the remix.
It's all right. I can figure it out here, JP, if you really want me to. That's fine. I can do it here.
We got you.
Is JP fired again?
There we go.
Defense, they gotta fix that. 4 receivers, we spread them out in the shotgun. Hot reads, I got some. My tight end, so awesome. Touchdowns, I toss some. We score 6, 6 scoreboard, that score 6. Respect the ball, we protect the ball. We don't fumble, no throw picks. I feed my linemen pancakes, so all they blocks are pancakes. Push you around like all night. End of the game, get your handshakes, huh? My helmet on. Pass strap tight. My jersey shining in them Friday night lights. Win. We just came to win. Win. We just came to win. Friday night lights. Friday night lights.